literally be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars to your future self? Should you be putting your retirement savings into a 401k or a Roth IRA? They are two of the most popular, most powerful accounts out there, but they operate on completely opposite principles. And trust me, making the right call here is a huge deal for your financial future, and we're going to break it all down right now.
You know, everything we're about to cover, all the details, all the numbers, it really all boils down to this one single question. Your personal answer to, is it better to pay taxes now or pay them later, is the key that unlocks which one of these accounts is the right fit for you. So let's keep that question right at the front of our minds as we go.
So let's start with the one most people are familiar with, the one you probably get offered at your job. This is the first answer to our big question. This is the 401k, and it is the classic pay taxes later strategy.
Okay, so what does pre-tax dollars actually mean? It's simple, really. It means the money goes into your 401k account straight from your paycheck before the government takes out its cut for income taxes. That's great because it lowers your taxable income for the year, which means you pay less in taxes today. Now, what's the catch? Well, you'll have to pay income tax on all that money when you eventually pull it out in retirement.
And, one of the biggest draws of a 401k is just how much you can sock away. For 2024, you can contribute up to $23,000 a year. That high limit makes the 401k an absolute powerhouse if you're really looking to save aggressively for your future. So the whole strategy behind a 401k is basically a bet. You're betting that you'll be in a lower tax bracket when you retire than you are right now during your peak earning years. The logic is, get the tax break today while your income is high, and then pay the taxes later on when your income and hopefully your tax rate is lower. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the other side of our big question. If the 401k is all about paying taxes later, the Roth IRA is its complete mirror image. It's the pay your taxes now plan.
A Roth IRA is an individual retirement account. That means you open it yourself, separate from your job, and you fund it with post-tax money. So this is cash from your bank account, from a paycheck that's already been taxed. So you get zero tax break today. But here is the absolute magic of the Roth IRA. When you take that money out in retirement, it is 100% tax-free.
For 2024, if you're under 50, the contribution limit is $7,000. Now, yeah, that's quite a bit lower than the 401k's limit, but the tax advantage it offers is so fundamentally different, and for a lot of people, it's way more powerful in the long run.
And this is why. Think about it. Every single dollar of growth, every bit of profit your investments make over decades is completely tax-free. You pay taxes on the little seed you plant, not on the giant harvest you reap later. The source material brings up the almost mythical story of Peter Thiel, who supposedly grew his Roth IRA to over $5 billion, all of which he can withdraw without paying a single cent in taxes. That is the incredible power of tax-free growth.
Okay, so we've met the two contenders. Now let's put them in the ring, side by side, so we can really see the differences clearly. This table really just lays it all out, doesn't it? With the 401k, you get that tax break now, but you pay taxes later. With the Roth IRA, you bite the bullet and pay taxes now to get that massive payoff later with tax-free withdrawals. The 401k lets you save a whole lot more each year, but the Roth, well, that tax-free growth is hard to beat. But then there's that other key advantage for the 401k, the employer match.
So how do you choose? I mean, with all the facts laid out, we can finally go back to our original question. Because as you're about to see, the deciding factor really comes down to a prediction about your own financial future.
Just think about it for a second. If you believe your income, and by extension your tax bracket, is going to be higher in the future than it is today, well, it makes perfect sense to pay your taxes now, at your current lower rate, right? This is super common for people who are early in their careers and expect their salaries to grow a lot. For them, the Roth IRA is almost always the winner.
On the flip side, if you think you'll be in a lower tax bracket when you retire, maybe you're at your peak earnings now and you plan to slow down, then it makes more sense to push those taxes off into the future. Take the tax deduction today when your income is high and pay the taxes later when your income and your tax rate have dropped. In that case, the 401k definitely has the edge.
But wait, there is one huge factor that can totally blow up this whole calculation, and it's all about the 401k. The source material puts it perfectly. The employer match is, and I'm quoting here, basically free money. Honestly, for most people, this is the #1 reason to contribute to a 401k, at least up to whatever your employer will match. It's a total no-brainer. Let's make this really concrete. Say your salary is $65,000 a year, and you contribute 5%. That's $3,250 out of your pocket.
But then, with a pretty typical matching program, your employer just chips in another $2,600. That is free money just for saving. You've almost doubled your contribution right out of the gate. You simply cannot get a guaranteed return like that anywhere else on Earth.
So in the end, it really all comes back to you. The choice between a Roth IRA and a 401k isn't just a simple tax question. It's a life question. The expert advice is pretty much unanimous. No matter what, you should always contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match. That is non-negotiable. But after that, the decision is yours. So take a second and really think about it. Where do you see your career, your life, and your income in 30 years? Your best guess is your best guide.